So, hi everyone. Let's come back to the next feature operation we have released, which is the additional request attributes in the MuleSoft Inference Connector. And this allows you to do various operations and various capabilities. Let me quickly show you from where it was initiated. So, this is basically the create chat completion operation or resource on the OpenAI API. You can see you have different attributes on the request body. And these attributes are also um, providing some capabilities. Until today, we were not able to use those because we have just exposed messages, we have exposed tooling, we have exposed dedicated attributes to the Mule UI. But with this additional request attributes, you can add any of those. Of course, you have to take care what you are adding, how you are adding those, because they depend on other available attributes as well. So not all combination may work, but for instance, we have the response format, which is here. Where is it? Response format. Here. So this is the attribute we are going to demonstrate right now, and it allows you to set the expected behavior in terms of the output from the LLM. So you can define a structured output in two ways. One is by providing a JSON schema or just setting the attribute response format to JSON object, and then the LLM will decide how to respond to it. You have possible values, as you can see here, which you can define by yourself. And here you have to provide, if you go for the schema, you have to provide a JSON schema which matches the expectation of uh, of OpenAI. So this is something we have recently added. You have a lot of documentation on the structured model outputs on the OpenAI side, where you can see, okay, how do you need to define it? This is how you will provide it next to your messages, and you need to match that specific schema in order to get a detailed answer like this. Yeah. And I have my typical approach. So let's dive into this one. I will just use the first tutorial which I created. And here in the listener, we say chat completion. That's it. And we are going to use the chat completion operation. Plus, I will just copy paste the rest from the top. So messages will be payload.messages and attributes will be payload dot request attributes. Let me see if I have it exactly like this. So we start with the JSON schema, it's request attributes, and within the request attributes you can see what I have, right? So this is the way you provide it. I will ask a question and ask it to reply in JSON. This is something you have to add. If you forget this, it won't work. So in your message, you have to somewhere refer to a JSON. And only then this request attribute is going to be used. Let me hit run on that one. It's already running, so let me save it. So this is the simplest way where you say, I want to just have a JSON object, and then the LLM is going to decide what the JSON object looks like. Let me send it. And now you can see this is what I received, right? Capital Berlin. If I change it to Switzerland, you will see capital Bern. That's the way LLM is suggesting to output. The other area is if you can provide a JSON schema. This is a little different. In the JSON schema, you can see the same thing, but this time I'm providing detailed information on the request attribute, such as a clear JSON schema. Just let me format it right so we can read it. So it's a JSON schema which is called capital info. It's strict, so it has to follow it. And then I'm adding properties like continent, the continent for the country. We have the name of the country, the name of the city I'm asking. So those things are going to be extracted if I provide a clear schema. And then I say these are also the one which are required. And if I hit now, you can see it will return like this. So Germany, Berlin, population, population city. And if I change it to, let's say, we go to India, it will fill out differently. And that's a very nice approach to have structured output generated by the LLM and control your workflow based on the attributes which are being filled out. Instead of defining prompt templates and instructing and guardrailing, this is the direct and better approach to get structured output from the LLM. And you use it when you want to leverage the additional request attributes in the MuleSoft Inference Connector. All right, that was it. Hope it helps.